Hey everyone, my name is Lisa Ann, and today I'll be discussing how you can make a well-crafted call to action to improve your campaign's conversion rates. In the world of marketing, one of the most important, if not the most important element is a well-crafted call to action. But the thing is, crafting a well thought out call to action, it's challenging for a lot of people. And that's why marketers tend to use that same call to action statement in almost every single marketing campaign that they make. And that honestly is a huge, huge mistake. Not only do these phrases get old and boring, they also don't captivate the target audience. And as a result, most of the landing pages, the campaign, the sales pages, they are not converting the visitors into paid customers. Now, before we dive into crafting a perfect call to action button for your campaign, let's first discuss the basics. So, what is a call to action anyways? In marketing, a call to action, which is also known as a CTA, is a phrase that tells a person exactly what action to take and how to take it. CTAs are usually very simple. In today's term, stupid basic. These statements can be two-word phrases like click here, learn more, or save now, but communication that is easy to digest is great for advertising purposes. Sponsored ads aren't necessarily the best place to show off your intellect. Remember the KISS principle. It stands for keep it simple stupid or keep it stupid simple. This was a design principle noted by the US Navy from 1960, but I think it's pretty handy for our purposes too. CTAs can also be something much more substantial, and you probably heard this one a lot on YouTube. If you've liked this video, be sure to hit that button, and for more videos like this, smash that subscribe button. When it comes to YouTube, our end of video call to actions have to be verbal. But most other CTAs you'll see outside of video platforms, they usually don't have to be. Call to actions serve two main purposes: to tell someone what they should do and to give them the motivation to do so. A lot of people forget to target the second purpose. But if you want to make a well-crafted call to action, your CTAs should serve both of those purposes. So how do you craft a call to action that converts? First of all, you have to define your goals. What is the objective of your campaign? Now, before you start making your CTAs, you should have a well-defined goal that you want to achieve with this specific campaign. Here are 5 common goals of crafting a call to action button. Number 1, this is going to be lead generation. Generating leads is the most common goal of CTAs. Lead generation CTAs are the ones that try to turn a visitor of a website, of a campaign, or a landing page into a specific lead. Now, number 2 is social sharing. Social sharing call to actions is one of the simplest types of call to action buttons that you could make. The goal here is to encourage the visitors of a website to share any piece of content with their friends on social media. Number 3 is product or service discovery. Do you offer a service or sell a product? You can let your audience know about it by making a product or service discovery call to action. Now, number 4 is event promotion. If you're holding a conference or throwing a big event, whether online or in person, then you'll want to promote the event by the way of an event call to action. This will be the call to action button that raises awareness about the matter and actually attracts people to attend. So for example, save the trees. Number 5 is form submission. So if you need to get your target audience's information, using a form submission call to action button is the way to do it. By asking them to fill out a form and click a button, their information will be sent and saved on your contact database. Now, these are just some of the possible goals to consider when crafting your call to action button. Whatever goal you want to accomplish in your marketing campaigns, it's important that you use these different types of CTAs. Now that you have given some thought to what you hope to accomplish with your CTA, we need to make sure that you know your audience. Knowing your audience, and I mean having a deep understanding about who your audience is is a vital part of crafting a call to action. If you don't know your audience, you won't know what message to give them or how to actually treat them. So let's discuss 2 actionable and practical ways you can do to better understand your audience. Now, option number 1 is conduct a survey. Simple as that. Asking your audience questions is the most straightforward ways of knowing your audience. Anything you want to know about your audience can be put into a questionnaire, and you can even just send it to them. The only catch here is that you might need to give them something in return, like a prize or a gift or something. Now, option number 2 is just talking to them directly. This is something challenging to do, but if you can, it is one of the most rewarding ways of getting to know your audience. When talking with your audience, either in person or even virtually, take some time to get to know them on a personal level. Since we have defined the goal we need to achieve and the audience target, we can now proceed to making our call to action. There are several features of a well-crafted call to action, but here are 5 things you can do to make sure your CTAs convert. Number 1, be clear on your message. Your call to action should be obvious regarding the message you want to tell your audience. Avoid dressing up your call to action with flowery copy. Be direct and stick to the point for a higher likelihood of clicks. Number 2, describe the benefits. A good call to action will let the audience know about the benefit of engaging with the call to action. Remember that your audience cares about how things affect them, not you. So your call to action should highlight the benefits to the visitor, not the benefits to you. Number 3, use action words. In writing, your call to action word choice needs a careful decision. Your call to action should tell the reader exactly what to do. To do this, start your call to actions by using strong and action-oriented words. Now, number 4, trigger fear of missing out. FOMO, no one likes it. Fear of missing out, like I just said, FOMO is extremely effective way to encourage your audience to take action. When people think they might lose out on a one-time opportunity, there's a high chance that they will take action immediately. Now, you do have to note though that you have to be honest about those one-time opportunities. You don't want to have any trust issues between you and your audience, right? Now, takes me to number 5, make them visually appealing. People are visual creators. And that is why design is also a huge important part of generating and creating a call to action that is right. A good call to action should catch the attention of the viewers. To do this, design a call to action button in a way that matches your branding, but also stands out from the rest of the page. So how do we do that? Strategically placing your call to actions. A strategically placed CTA, one that prompts users at the right time in the right section of the page, will attract more interest and yield a higher conversion rate. So where should you put or place your call to action buttons? Now, aside from inserting your CTAs above and below the fold, inside your main content, or at the left or right side of the page, making it better by doing these 2 tactics on a CTA placement. Use persistent header CTAs. Having the CTAs above the fold, the visible portion of your website without scrolling, is a great way to improve the visibility of your call to action button. So again, without them having to scroll, they should see that button. But a better way to do it is to place your call to action to the persistent header of the page, making it remain in the view regardless of scrolling. So if they're scrolling, that header should always be in place. Now, use exit intent CTAs. An exit intent CTA looks like a pop-up or an overlay that is triggered whenever the user wants to leave the page. Usually, this is triggered by moving the mouse toward the exit button of the browser, or when the user navigates away from the tab. Lastly, you want to make sure that you're testing your call to actions. Now, congratulations on making your call to action, but the process doesn't stop here. It's not enough to create a call to action, place them on your page, and just hope that it will perform well. You need to document and analyze its performance. One of the best ways to do this is by creating an A/B split test. When split testing, you can experiment with button colors and sizes, button text, text links, form, page designs, and CTA placements. From the split test data, you can make reports about which experiment is working better, which call to action should be making it into your next page or your next campaign, and more. But of course, that is it for today. Crafting an effective call to action is indeed challenging, but I hope that I've given you a few tips to get you thinking a little bit outside the box. There are a lot of things needed to take into consideration. It requires a well-defined goal, an in-depth understanding of your audience, an eye for design, and a consistent run of trial and error tests. I would love to hear about your experience in crafting call to action, so make sure you comment down below this video and let me know what's working for you, what isn't working, whatever is going on with you. What are your best practices in making your call to actions? Or even, will this be your first call to action? Again, share your thoughts down below this video in the comment section. And if you learned something helpful today, here's my call to action. Be sure to hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to Lisa Ann Coaching for more marketing content designed to help you grow your business using digital marketing. But of course, I'll see you in my next video next week. Talk to you then. Bye for now.